Hello, my dears. I'm Rada Bond, and today I want again to defend our children. The most beautiful thing about our children is they are individual. They are all different. They are all so creative. Their imagination is just so pure and so beautiful. And then it comes a moment when we make it loose and we just become adults all of the same type with no beauty, with no individuality. And this is not a good thing. We should always preserve and encourage this individuality in our children, because this is the most beautiful thing. This is what we observe, how our garden blossoms with different flowers, not all the same flowers. They are different. So a mother contacted me for was telling me the story of her child, who the teachers said that he had problems with his attention, with focusing. No, basically they, in a very nice polite way, they almost said that he is retarded a bit. So they made him, and it was a small child, like first in the first grade, 6 or 7 years old. So they made him repeat the school year again, because the teachers considered that there are some problems. And when we looked in the chart of the child, and no, this is a child who will never stay calm. He will never stay calm. It's his nature. So nowadays it's very trendy for the doctors to give this diagnosis, ADHD. Yes, the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And it writes, a chronic condition including attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. ADHD often begins in childhood and can persist into adulthood. It may contribute to low self-esteem, troubled relationships, and difficulty at school or work. So in the same classroom, obviously there are 14, 20, 30 children. They are all different. So if we could make an analogy, in the same classroom there are fishes, there are monkeys, there are lions, there are tigers, there are snakes, there are roosters, there are pigs, there are in one classroom. So how can you ask from all of them, just please, just don't make my life harder. I'm tired of what I have in my house, in my family. Just please, shut up. Pretend you understand and do the effort to understand. And just behave everyone like the fish. Don't talk. Basically, this is what happens. The children are there at school or kindergarten or any other activity, so that the person in charge of the process can understand the child and can help the child develop his nature. If he's a monkey, help him jump higher. If this is a fish, accept his silence and introversion and help him achieve the happiness in his own way. If this is a lion, help him not become a selfish person, but help him become a leader among the leaders. Help him become an harmonious leader. This is the why anyone should send their children to school, or I don't know. The person who is in charge of the process has to understand the nature of your child and help the child develop his nature. And what happens is, you are the monkey and they say, please don't jump, just like swim like everyone else, because this is what brings me more comfort. And the child, because he's afraid, because he doesn't feel supported, protected in the first place by his parents, because often the parents are not on the child's side, they just worship the teacher and they say the teacher said this and the teacher said that, and why don't you? So the child understands that my mother, my father are not on my side, so I will not complain. So the children do the effort to somehow reorganize their behavior, and they become, the monkey becomes a fish, the fish becomes a tiger, and it's like nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. And the cause is that the people who took decisions, from one side this are the parents, from another side this is the educational system, they are all ignorant. They are all ignorant. Because, and why did this child had to lose 1 year? Okay, no problem, no, the life is long, who cares about that year of the school? But that year came with over stress, like انت حمار, you are not good enough, you cannot focus, you are not good for anything. So the child in his young age, in his young forming brain, he's giving the idea you are stupid, you are an idiot. So basically, what can you do in life? And because it's a chronic condition, and obviously it's a chronic. A monkey who is born a monkey, and how can it become a fish? Obviously it's chronic. This is the temperament, the temper of the person. The temper is something chronic. Some people are impulsive, some people are introvert, and both of them are useful to this universe. Then it writes, it can cause the low self-esteem. Obviously, if you are telling to someone you are sick, you are stupid, you are an idiot, you cannot focus, you cannot learn, and you will end up, cleaning the streets. No, obviously self-esteem will be, I believe, troubled. No, obviously. It can also bring to troubled relationships and difficulties at school or work. No, obviously, if there is no self-esteem, I will just consider myself a no one, and no one deserves nothing. So I will be just a traumatized person. This is the reason why, for example, this is one of the main reasons why I chose not to send my children to school, because I have 2 sons who are completely opposite. One is hyperactive. I'm sure he would be diagnosed with this. I'm sure he would drive all the teachers crazy, because he cannot sit in the same place doing a same routine activity for a long time. He cannot. He's impulsive also sometimes. He's very bright, he's very active, he's very inventive. He would drive everyone crazy. And my second son is the opposite. He's very introvert. He would be traumatized if the teacher would tell him like dance or sing or work in a team, or he's not the type. And I understood their nature. So both of them would just cause a lot of trouble to themselves by going to school and being not understood, because obviously I don't have the illusion that somebody would just bother, a certain teacher would just bother to be happy by discovering the nature of my children and developing that nature. I understand those teachers are humans, not the best humans, ordinary humans with ordinary problems, with also with all these syndromes in them. They are not better than your children, most of them. Obviously there are great teachers. I know many of them. There are great teachers that are remembered, teachers that build future, teachers that we bow down in front of them. I wish there would be more teachers like that, but they are not. This is the reality. I will not feed myself with illusion, and I will not sacrifice my children just for the sake of I don't know what even. So, my dears, these syndromes are which are diagnosed so frequently, and children even are given a treatment. And can you imagine a normal child? A normal child, you look in that child's chart, astrological chart or numerological, and it's obvious, oh my God, this is a bomb. This child is a bomb, and this is his beauty or her beauty. And no, just allow this bomb to explode in a nice way. And then you look at this is a leader. This child, he will just say, I want, and he will be stubborn. And they say, look, Tyranid, he's very stubborn. No, obviously, there is something inside his brain. There is a picture. He wants to get to this picture. Allow him to jump to this picture. And this one is introvert. This one is very sensitive. He may cry in the class if he's offended. He may cry, and this is normal for him or for her. Moon children, they are very sensitive. They sometimes cry, and this for them is the healing. This is normal for them. And they should not be bullied by teachers in the first place. And this child is very creative. He may be during the classes not focus on what the teacher says, but instead drawing something or maybe writing poems. And this is the beauty of this child. Why to kill? Not everyone has to know the Pythagoras theorem or something else. Not everyone. We need people who clean the streets. We need people who draw. We need people who cook. We need people who invent. We need people who count. We need people who heal. We need everyone. But only with the single condition. Those people should really be born to do that. And it all starts in childhood. Because your temperament, your character is something chronic. The way they write here, it's a chronic. So it's not a disease, it's your child's temper. So first, always be on your child's side. Because you are the only one who is meant to, and the first one who is meant to protect your children. You are the only one and the closest one to your child. You are the one in who your child trusts the most. So don't make your child lose this trust. Always defend your children, always, even if they are wrong. Always, in front of teachers, in front of strangers. Always defend your children, always, no matter what they did. But when you come home, you find the moment and you explain to the child, this is something we don't do never again. You can even, I don't know, punish, whatever that would be. The child himself or herself understands they did something wrong. But in front of people, always defend your children. Because this is the right way. I wish you happiness.